It's a new month, a new poster, t-shirt, mug. Can't wait to show you. Coming up next on Pastor Bob's Coffee Break. And here it is. Embrace the Grace. That's our newest poster, mug, and t-shirt for the month. I love this one. Hayden did such a great job, didn't he? Embrace the Grace. So we're going to talk about today. Of course, we're drinking some Headbangers brew in there. I'm drinking holy cacao today. It's our newest blend. It has cacao from the Amazon rainforest in it. So good. A little bit of cream, a little bit of sugar. I put stevia in there. My, that's good. Good stuff. And of course, we've gone from the regular packs of ground to these big Mamba Jambas. I know. Can you believe it? That much bigger. 2 pounds. 32 ounces of coffee for just double the price that the other one was, and the same postage. It's a much better deal. And these days when coffee is going through the roof and it's way too expensive for us, we're paying more now than what we actually used to pay to buy it. I mean, that's what we're selling it for. So yeah, it's much better deal, but 2 pounds. And, the cacao is so good. Let me just say, it is so good. And of course, we have the mugs and the posters too, because it just makes a great poster, doesn't it? Holy cacao. Yeah. So folks, thank you for joining me today. I'm so glad you're here. And we're at a new month. I want to talk about grace a lot this month. What an exciting thing to talk about. If I were going to ask you, what is one word that you would use to describe the Christian faith, what would you say? That's a good question, isn't it? Some people might say rules, regulations. Some people might say morality. Some people, you might define Christianity with the foundation of political adjectives, or you might describe it as something a little more spiritual but a little more abstract, or you might describe it as just a way of life, and you might describe it as just going to church. You'd be wrong in all of those things if that's how you described the very essence of Christianity, because it really is just this, grace, which is all about love. Love, love, love. It's time, folks, and we talk about grace, but we don't embrace grace. And it's something we need to do. And isn't that a good slogan, by the way? Nan, who does some of our podcasting, came up with this one. I love it. Embrace the grace. And awesome. Thank you, Nanette. Awesome. But embrace the grace. And what word would we best use to describe the Christian faith? Well, grace might be the best word. Or love. And of course, they're interrelated. God's agape love equals grace. For God so loved the world that he gave his only Son, that whoever believes in him should not perish, but have everlasting life. It's dangerous to hold that cup so close to my mouth. I know. But folks, it takes focus and it takes preparation. Why? Well, it's not natural to us. If you commit a crime, you're going to pay a punishment. That's the way it is. If you do something wrong to someone else, chances are they're going to have retribution. They'll do something back to you. If you slap somebody, they'll probably slap you back. You know, it's a world where we don't understand grace. We don't understand unconditional love. We have people saying, I promise to love you all the days of my life in their marriage ceremony. 2 years later, they're getting a divorce. And some of you have had that happen to you. You know what I'm talking about. And when we talk about love and we talk about all of these kinds of emotional experiences, it's difficult because the foundation of these things is so sketchy. And people say, well, I fell out of love. And so we expect to have this relationship with God that is also kind of sketchy, where if I do something wrong, he's going to fall out of love with me, or I'm going to fall out of love with him. The Bible says no greater love has any man than this, that he lay down his life for his friends, which is exactly what he did. And he said, I love you unconditionally. Grace. Unconditional love. We don't deserve it. It's a free gift from God. But it takes some focus, folks, because it isn't a natural thing for us. We don't know anybody who loves us like that. Certainly doesn't happen in this world. Oh, there are people that'll love you a lot. But unconditionally, we don't have that. And so it takes focus. It takes preparation. It takes saying, you know, I know that when I live this day today, I'm going to mess up with something. I do every day. I'm not perfect. Every day, I'm not perfect. And I prepare for it, and I continue to remind myself, and at the beginning of the day, that I am operating in his grace. There is nothing that I'm going to face and nothing that I'm going to do that will separate me from the love of God today. Grace. Embrace the grace. Hebrews chapter 4, verse 16 is where we're going to today. And it says, let us then fearlessly and confidently and boldly draw near to the throne of grace, the throne of God's unmerited favor to us sinners. So he says you can come to God this way. And of course, this is how we come to him when we first are saved. He says you don't have to be afraid. Come on, approach the throne of grace fearlessly. Come on, confidently. You know that what he said he was going to do, he will do. You can be confident of that. The Bible says, be confident of this, that he who began a good work in you will carry it on to completion until the day of Jesus Christ. Be confident of what he can do in your life. And boldly, because you can be fearless and confident, you can be bold in drawing near to the throne of grace. The throne of God's unmerited favor, that we may receive mercy for our failures. How many of our failures? All of them. And find grace to help in good time for every need. Appropriate help, well-timed help, coming just when we need it help. Appropriate help in our time of need. Right afterwards? No, during. Help during our time of need. While we were still sinners, Christ died for us. That's pretty exciting. Grace is one of those things, folks, that we don't understand. And I just kind of gave you the foundations, but I still don't get it. I don't understand that kind of love. It's still foreign to me. But I'm so thankful for it. So today, begin to embrace the grace. Don't forget, you are blessed. So go and be a blessing.